Tell me, Kalia, how are you?
I just say I am listening and I am waiting and I am still and I am in absolute no rush. I'm observing and I am doing the last thing that God told me to do. I know God is soon to tell me the next step, but for now, I am waiting. I'm listening and I'm working on the last thing that He told me to do. My room right now, and I'm talking about my spiritual room, is prepared for Him to come and sit with me and continue to teach me.
How are you preparing this room?
I'm keeping myself clean and I'm not in any form of rush to achieve anything like before, because when God took everything from me, it did something for me. And though it was painful, it's like God eventually showed me how much certain things that I held on to wasn't a need, and how much it left such a limited space for Him to reside in my heart. So now it's like my blinders are on. I'm looking straight ahead and my blinders are on, and I am not distracted by the fastness of the world. Probably prior to now, before I used to be, but for right now, I am not distracted by the fastness of the world at all. But I continually purpose in myself to hunger after God. So within the chambers of my heart, I embark on this profound journey of preparing for God's visitation. And I have introspection as my guide. I dust off the clutter of the worries and the fears that usually used to engulf me, creating that, making sure I'm creating that space for divine grace to enter. I can tell you this much, that right now my candle of faith is lit, and it's allowing that flickering flame to dispel every shadow of doubt that I usually grapple with. So right now the beats of my heart is like a rhythmic hymn that connects me to God. My soul is arranging virtues of kindness, compassion, and love, and inviting God to find His welcoming home in my heart. I can tell you that I am proud of myself. I've let go of resentments, making room for forgiveness, and laying down the flowers of self-reflection and acknowledging the beauty of growth and transformation that I have had. And I must reflect on how far I have come. I have come a far way, I have come a far way, because certain hurts and pain brought resentment and hatred. But seeing how God's grace would have turned around my heart is just a marvelous experience. It's hard to say in words. And I can tell you that when you let go and when you allow God to control, you give God control of your pain and scars and healing, it ushers you into a new dimension that you never see coming. So right now, as I meditate in the stillness now that I have within me, I open myself to the whispers of God. We're listening to His guidance that transcends the noise of the world. My cleansing tears of repentance, it washed away the stains of mistakes, leaving behind a purified heart for divine communion with God. And if you've been crying tears and if you have a repentive heart, it is powerful enough to wash away those stains that are left behind in your life and that are keeping you bound. And when it does this, it will bring you to a higher dimension in God. I can now say I've learned and moving forward. So let me just sit. Let me just sit still and wait and listen. And if there's anything that is left that needs cleansing, let me just cleanse, because I just want God to hear me. I just want to hear from God clearly. I just want to be obedient to Him. Let me tell you, in the past, everything that I've planned and written down, I had a vision board. I have all my plans. I write down the vision and I make it plain. And I never just write down the vision. I worked hard and put in the effort and stayed focused on my goal. And none of it worked out. Everything crashed. The song says, if you're tired of things not changing, if you're tired of being the same, it's time for you to get out the way. And this is exactly what I'm doing. I have gotten out of my own way. I have given everything to God. It's like I don't care in a good way, because I have let go everything into God's hands. When I was sure that this is my vision, this is the road I want to go, this is my goal, and I plan and I work hard towards my goal, everything crushed, everything went AY, because my plan isn't God's plan and it's not in line with His will. So let me just let go. I'm listening, I'm sitting, and I am waiting. I'm waiting on God to show me the way, the next step. And unless He does, I'll be sitting right here. I'll be sitting and waiting right here, waiting on God to show me what's next.